I think we finally deck with this shit now, man. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, bro. I've been trying to tell these niggas, man. That yeah, we gonna get into this Brock Purdy talk, man. See what these boys talking about. Hate the fact that these lights went out. No days off until it pays off. Shit, right to the motherfucker, boy. Damn, this light there. This light there too bright, cuz. Yeah. We back in this bitch, man. Snax on Sports. I'm back with another one, you did. What y'all on, gang? What y'all on, man? We finna talk about this. We finna get into some football talk, man. Y'all know what it is. We got the NFL season right around the corner. So it's time to start getting into some football talk. So that's what the hell we fitting to do, man. You understand me? That what the hell we fitting to do, big dog. You understand me? What y'all on, gang? Andrew in the building. Oh, for me out here, I'm out here in the Bay, man. West Coast time. It's 11:17. It's 11:17 for us out here. So, you understand me? And you know, also happy birthday to me. You feel me? My birthday was yesterday, you dig? So I'm still in celebratory mode. Just got a little wine right here. Nothing serious, nothing too serious. Andrew say it's Arvo for me. What's that? What's Arvo? Andrew said, "Are you a football fan?" No doubt. I'm a sports fan in general. I'm a sports fan in general, big dog. So, happy birthday to my big brother. But yeah, we finna get into it. You know what I mean? We've been real heavy on the basketball talk. Malia, what's going on? We've been real heavy on the basketball talk, you know what I mean, for the past few months. So now we getting ready to we finna get into it, man. On the football talk. I'm finna get into just this episode gonna be more just like random football conversations, random football talk. I know in the title it say Micah Parsons. It say Brock Purdy. And I'm gonna get into that. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get into all that too. But I'm gonna get into those topics too, with some things I want to say about Brock, some things I want to say about Micah Parsons. But I'm gonna kind of just randomly just go off, you know what I mean, here and there about a few different little topics, you know what I mean. So whatever y'all wanna talk about as far as NFL, I'm with that. If it's any specific teams or anything like that, or any specific players y'all want to talk about or get into, it's all good, man. Just throw some suggestions in the chat. You did. But yeah. Let me jump into this. Let me jump into this Micah Parsons situation first, right? Because Micah Parsons, as everybody know, Micah Parsons is seeking a new contract. You know what I mean? He trying to get to the bag and all that. But Jerry Jones like, hold up, player. Hold up. You understand me? And this happens all the time. You know what I'm saying? With the Dallas Cowboys, and whenever it's time for somebody to get paid, it happened with what's the receiver name? CD Lamb. It happened with back when they had Zeke Elliott. It happened with Dak Prescott last year. Dak Prescott didn't sign his little contract last year until the day of the game, week 1. You feel me? So I'm under the assumption that Micah Parsons will eventually get traded, but I mean will eventually sign his contract, and he'll be on the field. You know what I'm saying? Week 1, because it kind of always go like this for the Cowboys. However, what's his name? Adam Schefter is saying that Bronx Luna was going down. Bronx, I'm a Cowboys fan. Okay. Shout out to all my NFL fans, all my Cowboys fans out there. You know, we bang not a gang out here. You know what I'm talking about? That's what it is. But shout out to all y'all, all the Cowgirls fans. But this happened all the time with Cowboys players when they seeking a new contract. You understand me? Jerry Jones, and and that whole front office. He the owner and the general manager, so they always wait until the last minute. You know what I mean? To sign their stars or whatever. So I feel like that's what's gonna happen. But Adam Schefter is saying, let me see, Micah Parsons. Adam Schefter is saying this one feels different. You know what I'm saying? Like it feels like Micah Parsons and the Cowboys may be headed for a separation. You know what I'm saying? And so this is my thing about it, bro. First off, let me see. That's what Papa calls the Cowboys, Cowgirls. Hey, I'm just saying. You feel me? It's all in fun, though. You feel me? Bills fan for life. Cowboys used to spank us around in the early 90s. Oh, yeah, I know about that. Yeah, that was kind of around the time when I was a kid and I first started paying attention to sports in general, back in the early 90s when the Buffalo Bills was going to 4 straight Super Bowls and not winning not one of them. And then the last 2, they got spanked by the Cowboys in back-to-back years. Emmitt Smith, Michael Irvin, Troy Aikman, Daryl Johnston, the Moose. You feel me? Alvin Harper. Man. You know what I mean? Leon Lett. You feel me? They had Ken Norton Jr. before he came to play for us, the Cowboys. Deion Sanders went over there after he left us. You understand me? Jacob Lukasic says 88. Man, Eric Williams, you understand me? Jay Novacek, you feel me? When they had Jimmy Johnson running it, you know what I'm saying? Them was the days right there, boy. Back when the nigga was a youngster, young buck, just getting acquainted with this sports-ish. You feel me? Daryl, what's his name? Well, the strong safety that they had. Daryl something. Darren, was it Darren Williams? You feel me? But Jacob said them boys was balling with that booger sugar. Oh man, you already know. Bronx Luna say, Jada, how do I send you money? Well, you can send something to my Cash App if you want to at Jada Snax. You feel me? My Cash App is at Jada Snax. You understand me? I don't be up on there for all that, but shit, let me see. Hold on. You understand me? Let me see if I can pin that. Let me see messages. I don't know. I don't even know how to do that. How do I pin? You feel me? Hey man, anything you send would be much appreciated, even if it's $1. You feel me? Even if it's a damn $1. $ Jada Snax. JADASNAX. Off the top. You understand me? Run that, send that, man. Run that in, though. You know what I'm talking about? But, Brock said, I'll probably only have a few cents. DoorDash is expensive. Hey, man, whatever you can donate to your boy, it's all good. But, what was I saying, man? Them was the days, right? And, oh, man, oh, that's what I was getting ready to say. So, because somebody mentioned the number 88 and Michael Irvin. Dude, my thing is like this, bro. Michael Irvin, and I'm saying this as a Niners fan. Michael Irvin is an all-time great, legendary wide receiver. 3 Super Bowl championships for the Dallas Cowboys. His jersey number should not be worn by nobody else. I understand Dez Bryant, you know what I mean? And now CeeDee Lamb got it. Man, they should have retired Michael Irvin number 88. How y'all let somebody else wear 88? That just don't make no damn sense. Like Michael Irvin was like that. You know what I'm saying? Booger sugar and all. He was like that. So, yeah, hey, Bron, everybody called the Niners, all the Niners haters. That's the key go-to name. 40 whiners. You understand me? So, you know, it's all the fun. We ain't tripping. But yeah, man, I always never understood how after Michael Irvin, you got other receivers that come along, and Jerry Jones hasn't retired that number 88, and other receivers are able to wear number 88. That just don't make no damn sense to me. You feel me? Like Michael Irvin wasn't just no ordinary, you know what I mean, wide receiver. He one of the all-time greats. You feel me? He damn near was him along with like Troy Aikman. He damn near was the leader of that team. You feel me? So that's something that always, even as a Niners fan, cause see, I can respect, even though the Cowboys and the Niners got that rivalry going on, I can respect, you know what I'm saying, they legendary status, you know what I'm saying, his legendary status and what they did in that era. You know what I'm saying? I remember it as a kid. Like that was some legendary shit right there. I just went through all the names. So yeah, that number 88 definitely should be retired. But anyway, Adam Schefter is saying about this Micah Parsons situation that hey, they might be headed towards a divorce. You understand me? So let me play this real quick. Let me see. Yeah. I just said it. Here you go, right here. Here you go, right here.
And it sounds like at this point it's personal. It sounds like each side is dug in.
If it's personal, Micah Parsons is making it personal. It's all business with the Cowboys. It's all business with the Cowboys.
The Cowboys, you can't get a deal done if you're not even.
Everybody in chat, give your boy a like one time.
The two sides haven't had any negotiations since late March or early April. And it sounds like at this point it's personal. It sounds like each side is dug in. The Cowboys have come out and said what they said publicly at the start of training camp, which Micah didn't like. Micah came out and asked to be traded, said he was ready to move on from Dallas, which I'm sure they didn't like. And right now, both sides seem to be angry. Now, have other people put those feelings aside in the past and figured out a way to work out a deal? Yeah. I don't see that happening here. I see these two sides headed towards a divorce in time. The only question is, when is that divorce going to happen and how is it going to happen? Are they going to trade him now? Are they going to trade him after this year? Are they going to move on when? But it certainly doesn't feel like these two sides want to enter a long-term relationship together. See? That's the way it feels today, and we'll see if they do anything to change that before the regular season begins in a couple of weeks.
See, so this is my thing, right? Hold on, let me see.
I don't see that happening here. I see these two sides headed towards the happen, and how is it going to happen? Are they going to trade them now?
So this is one of my things too when it comes to this. Bronx Luna say, am I going to live stream tomorrow? I don't know. I may. I don't know. But this is my thing, right? Micah Parsons, he won a new contract. You know what I mean? Does he deserve a new contract? He probably do. You know what I'm saying? I'm not hating on him getting his money. Get your money, man. But I mean, he acting like he on the contract that he on right now. He acting like he finna make $3-4 million. Man, you finna make $20 million. Even without a new contract, the current contract you own right now is gonna pay you $20 million this year. You understand me? So, but Micah came with the statement, you feel me, a couple weeks ago, you know, basically giving his farewell speech, you know what I mean, his farewell statement. Like, I think that was a bit premature, and it's I mean, it's premature, and it's also kind of like, bro, you're getting your feelings too much involved in this shit, bro. This is business, brother. You feel me? And the reason why I say that, you feel me, is because why would you, like the Dallas Cowboys, you can't just like, so you giving a farewell speech, but like, you know, saying, you know, thank you to Cowboy Nation for all your support, you know what I mean? And, you know, and my, you know, for all my support during my time here, but I'm moving on and all this other shit. Boy, how the hell you moving on? You're not a free agent. The only way you can move on is if the Cowboys trade you. So what are you talking about? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that was just weird to me, bro. Like, you don't have control over if you leave the Dallas Cowboys or not. Like, you don't got control over that at all, right? So let me pull up this. Let me see if I can pull up this statement. You feel me? But one thing that One thing that I thought was funny as hell is one thing I thought that was extremely funny, bro, was a couple weeks ago when Jerry Jones' son, what's his son name? Stephen Jones came out and said, because the media is asking about it and talking about the situation, you know what I'm saying? So they got to give statements and all that. This fool gonna come out and say, so they gotta say politically correct kind of things and all that. This fool gonna come out and say, like, we want to pay Micah Parsons, you know what I'm saying? But Micah Parsons, has to want to be paid. Micah Parsons has to want to be paid. Like, my dude, that's what this whole discrepancy is about. What are you talking about? He did more than displayed the fact that he wants to get paid. He's trying to get paid. So I don't think he thought that statement through before he said that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was stupid. Like, that was just like, did he really say that? That's the type of statement where that these fools just be talking. Like that don't even make no sense what you said. He has to want to get paid. Why would he not want to get paid? Who don't want to get paid? You feel me? So that just didn't make no damn sense to me at all. You feel me? Let me see Micah Parsons' statement. But I'm gonna get to my Micah Parsons commentary about it as well. You feel me? Why did this shit keep happening? Why does the internet keep cutting off, bro? Because my thing is like this. Do Micah deserve a contract? Deserve a new contract? Yeah, he deserves a new contract. He's one of the premier pass rushers in the league. So he deserves a new contract. But I will say this. To me, I feel like Micah Parsons is a little overrated. I just do. Yeah, I said it. Because for me, it's about winning time. What you do during winning time. They done been, I think Micah Parsons is going into his fourth year. And they done been to the playoffs at least twice since he's been there. And he do all that stuff in the regular season. And then when the playoffs get here, you know where to be found, big dog. I'm looking at you. I'm trying to find you. I'm looking for you in the daytime with a flashlight. Like, where you at? Where you at, though? You feel me? And then this is another thing. They trying to compare bruh to Lawrence Taylor. You ain't no Lawrence Taylor, big dog. Yes, that mean like you might be good for this era. You know what I mean? For this era of a pass rusher, you ain't nothing like no damn Lawrence Taylor. They need to stop that stuff. You feel I'm trying to work on my cussing. They need to stop that ish right now. My Lawrence Taylor was off that booger sugar and was still getting to the quarterback. You feel me? Like, nah, you Lawrence Taylor, like he's not just one of the greatest defensive players of all time. He's not just one of the greatest pass rushers of all time. He's one of the greatest players of all time. Okay? Top 5. You feel me? Top 5, it don't matter what position, whether you're quarterback, running back, receiver, defensive end, defensive tackle, linebacker, safety, cornerback, whatever you want to. Lawrence Taylor is one of the greatest players of all time. Not just one of the greatest pass rushers. Okay? So, yeah, nah. You ain't no Lawrence Taylor, big dog. You know what I'm saying? Lawrence Taylor made it happen when it mattered most as well. He didn't just show up in the regular season, and then once the games became sudden death, you know what I mean? He wasn't nowhere to be found. So yeah, the whole new Micah Parsons, the new age Lawrence Taylor, isn't that? Nah, nah, y'all need to cut that out. You feel me? So, well, let me read this statement from Micah Parsons that he put out on. So I'm on Google. It says Micah Parsons released a statement on X on August 1st, 2025, stating he no longer wants to play for the Dallas Cowboys and has personally submitted a trade request to the team's management. So you can want whatever you want. They got your rights, brother. You know what I'm saying? So you can request a trade. That don't mean you're going to get traded. You feel me? It's always funny to me when these players, you know, come out and try to act like they hold some weight, you know, in these type of situations when they don't even own when the team owns the rights to them. You know what I'm saying? As a player. Like, bro, you don't run nothing, bro. If you know what I'm saying, like they control all the cards. You know what I'm saying? So you can want to get traded all you want. That don't mean you're going to get traded. You feel me? Let me see. Here go a couple key points. Trade request submitted. He has personally submitted a trade request to Stephen Jones, the team's executive vice president. Cowboys head coach Brian Schottenheimer stated on August 20th, 2025, yesterday, which was my birthday, that he expects Parsons to play week 1. I expect it too. I hear what Adam Schefter is saying about it seem like it's headed towards a divorce and all that. Austin, what's going on? It's headed for a divorce and all that. Cause against Preds. My bad if I'm reading that wrong. Says what we talking about. We just getting some football talk. You know what I mean? The NFL season is right around the corner, so it's time for me to start gearing up and start getting my football topics going. Just random topics. So whatever if y'all got any suggestions about any NFL players or any NFL teams or NFL topics that y'all want to get into, it's all good. Let me know in the chat. We can get into whatever. I'm just kind of randomly going on things that I wanted to talk about. You feel me? In Micah Parsons' situation with his contract being one of them. I'm trying to get to the actual statement, though. Contract disputes. The request stems from an ongoing contract negotiations with Parsons expressing a desire for closed-door discussions to include his agent, which have been a source of frustration. Let me go to Micah Parsons' Twitter, see what he got going on over there. Oh, yeah, here you go, right here. There you go. Let me see. Everybody in the chat, give your boy a like one time. So, Eddie Orgeron, Broncos. What do I think? Who they got? Bo Nix over there. You know, they seem to be kind of like headed in a solid direction, in the right direction. Sean Payton is the head coach. Bo Nix, a solid young quarterback, but we'll see how it goes. You know what I'm saying? I don't really have a huge opinion on the Broncos either way, yay or nay. It's just you know, they kind of one of them teams that's kind of like, you know, we'll see what they do. You feel me? I ain't got nothing against him, no, but Micah Parsons says, yes, I wanted to be here. I did everything I could to show that I wanted to be a Cowboy and wear the star on my helmet. I wanted to play in front of the best fans in sports and make this America's team once again. The team my pops and I grew up cheering for way up in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Unfortunately, I no longer want to be here. I no longer want to be held to closed-door negotiations without my agent present. So I guess that's a big part of this dispute right now, too. Stephen A. been talking about that a lot on First Take. I guess how Jerry Jones, you know what I mean, thought that they kind of had a deal in place when him and Micah Parsons, had a conversation just them without the agent, you know what I'm saying? But a lot of people on the outside and not just on the outside, Micah Parsons himself too, is kind of like, with my agent, that's what my agent is here for. Me and you can talk, but my agent is here to close the deal. That's his job. That's what he's hired for. You understand me? And that's what Stephen A. been on First Take talking about, how Jerry Jones been trying to take advantage of Micah Parsons, knowing that that's not his expertise. He's just a football player. You know what I mean? He's not an agent. So why would you try to, close a deal and get him signed without his agent present? And, he's saying, because it's because he's trying to take advantage and all that. I could see that. I somewhat agree with that. You know what I'm saying? But, Jerry Jones is going to run his situation the way he want to run it. Austin say, I'm going either Saints or Falcons. Or for what? Like to win that division? To win the NFC South division? Or what, you going Saints or Falcons to what? I know not to win the Super Bowl. Because ain't neither now one of them doing that. Okay, to win the division. Okay. Bet. Who they got over there in that division? Saints, Falcons, Panthers, and Buccaneers. I don't know. Tampa Bay kind of like, you know what I mean? What's my boy over there, the quarterback? Baker Mayfield. You know what I mean? He kind of having he didn't have a career resurgence. You feel me? So if I had to put my money on it, I'm saying that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers is going to win the NFC South. You feel me? But, so, Austin said they ain't doing shit. Hey, you will see. You know what I mean? Didn't they win the division last year? And Baker Mayfield had a great season last year, like overall. You know what I'm saying? Then don't they still got Mike Williams? You know what I'm saying? So, but let me see what else I'm saying. Unfortunately, I no longer want to be here. I'm no longer whatever. I no longer want to be held to closed door negotiations without my agent present. I no longer want shots taken at me for getting injured while landed on a line for organization or for fans and my teammates. Man, Micah Parsons gone with that shit, bro. You getting too personal with the shit, bro. Like, you getting your feelings too involved, man. This business, bruh. This big boy, you know what I mean? This big boy shit right here, man. This big boy business, man. Man, I don't want. It's just a tactic. Like, that's a part of. That's just Jerry Jones. And right though, he's saying like, bruh. Last year, Dak Prescott, you feel me? Suckered me into me paying him $60 million a year, and the man end up getting hurt. So he basically just saying, like, Jerry Jones basically just saying, I mean, now that's not a reason to not pay somebody, because you talking about, well, he might get hurt. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody might get hurt, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, injuries are a part of the game, so you can't go into it looking at the injury like that. But I get what he's saying. He's basically saying, like, man, you get to paying these players and all of a sudden, you know what I mean, they can't stay on the damn field. They getting hurt and all this other shit. You know what I'm saying? So he just kind of keeping that in mind, you know what I mean? Letting it be known what it is. Big dog. So you finna be out this thing?
Yeah.
That nigga said, nigga, I done got him.
Over there compliment Z's, man.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Happy birthday, bud.
Oh, right on, man. Holla at your boy, man, on the next one. You know we keeping it popping. All right. But,
Badge number 28.
oh, man, you know I can classic. You know that motherfucking classic.
Badge number 28.
All right, bro. I'm off these cherries. But, what was I saying? Micah Parsons. Yeah, man. Micah Parsons, you're getting your feelings too involved in this, brother. You understand me? You're getting your feelings too involved in this. Cherries? How is cherries diabetes special? Explain to me that, big dog. Go to Leangelo, what's good with my boy? What's good with my boy, man? But yeah, so Micah Parsons put out the little statement. Basically, all in his feelings. Talking about you know, talking about how he don't want to play for the Cowboys no more. His feelings is hurt. My feelings is hurt, man. They don't want me. Sounding like Fresh Prince. Sounding like the Fresh Prince off the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Remember the episode? If y'all old enough to know this, but the episode where his pops came, because you know his pops was never in his life, where his pops came, and then they was supposed to go somewhere or whatever, and then pops came back like, man, I can't fuck with it type shit, you understand me? And then that nigga ended up crying to Uncle Phil, why you don't want me? Why, what's wrong with me, man? Why you don't want me? Yeah. That's how Micah Parsons sound. Like a straight Ben Itch, man. It's just business. And so, and the Cowboys love it. Jerry Jones love it because damn near every morning on First Take, they lead with this as a topic. Micah Parsons and his contract situation and the Cowboys and all that. So the Dallas Cowboys are the what's the word? They are they across all sports, their franchise is worth the most money type shit. So, hey, they like, man, just keep us in the headline. We ain't even tripping. You know what I'm saying? If we win a Super Bowl, cool. If not, hey, as long as y'all keep us in the headlines, we good. You know what I'm saying? We get into the bag, man. Go to Leangelo. Say, I wish I believe, bro. I really wish I did. Hey, what you mean? What you mean? I go to Leangelo. I don't even be seeing them dudes, bro. You ain't even gotta acknowledge them. Let them be in the chat saying what they saying, bro. They welcome. It's all good. I'm happy they're here. You know what I mean? But yeah, man. So Micah Parsons is too in his feelings with this, bro. You know what I'm saying? He was the same dude. Micah Parsons was the same dude. Ethan Davidson said, "I love the hoodie, bro." Right on. Micah Parsons is the same dude that was just getting that. Who left the Cowboys? What? I think it was a linebacker. Somebody left the Cowboys last year, went to another team, and kind of like had some sly remarks on their way out. And Micah Parsons was all, not Tyron Smith, not Tyron Smith. It's a linebacker, somebody that was on the defensive line. Dark-skinned brother. He got dreads. And once he left the team last year, he kind of had some remarks about the team, and Micah Parsons was defending the honor of the Dallas Cowboys. Like, you understand me? Like, on some, like, if you don't want to be here, leave then. You know what I'm saying? Nigga said Josh Craig. Oh, DeMarcus Lawrence. That's exactly who it was. Let me pull that up. And they was going back and forth with it on Twitter or online or whatever. And just a year later, now Micah Parsons is seeing what DeMarcus Lawrence was talking about. You feel me? D Rose said Jerry Jones doesn't pay. I gotta disagree with that. He may wait to the last minute to pay, but he does pay. And what has it gotten him? He ain't gotten him nothing. Them people ain't even been to the damn NFC Championship game in over 30 years. You feel me? Go to Leangelo said, all the social media beef makes me wish there was Twitter when Dennis Rodman was in the league. Oh, yeah, it would have went crazy. Let me see. Micah Parsons. DeMarcus Lawrence. Let me see. A public spat erupted between Dallas Cowboys players Micah Parsons and DeMarcus Lawrence after Lawrence signed with the Seattle Seahawks. The disagreement stemmed from Lawrence's comments about the Cowboys' inability to win the Super Bowl, which Parsons perceived as disrespectful. Lawrence then implied Parsons' social media activity was a distraction, leading to a heated exchange on social media where Parsons called Lawrence a clown. The feud highlighted underlying tensions within the Cowboys locker room, with some suggesting it was a sign of deeper issues with the team's culture and leadership. So that's what I was talking about right there. So DeMarcus Lawrence left the team, and on his way out, he had some sly comments to say about the culture of the Cowboys, and you know what I mean, and if they really trying to win a Super Bowl or not, you know what I mean? And Micah Parsons, I guess, thinking he's the spokesperson of the Dallas Cowboys, felt the need to step out and, like I said, defend the honor of the Cowboys franchise. You know what I'm saying? And go at DeMarcus Lawrence. And you ain't had to do that, because then look what happens. A year later, you got your own rift going on with the team. You know what I'm saying? And now you talking about you don't want to be a Cowboy no more when you was just defending the honor of the team last year. So you make yourself look like a damn fool. You understand me? So, well, it just because Micah Parsons is a young player, bro. Now, he just got his feelings and his emotions too involved in this situation, bro. If you look at the history of what didn't happen, whenever it's time for a Dallas Cowboy star player to get paid, they always get paid. Jerry Jones just always wait to the last minute to pay him. You feel me? Alex Nielsen, sub brother from Great Britain. Shout out to all my people, man, in the UK. You know what I'm talking about? So they always get paid. It's just that you just gotta wait to the last minute to get paid, brother. Now, if he wasn't to get paid before week 1, or like right on the cusp of Australia, my bad. I'm a dummy. My bad. You know, I ain't good with the flags like that. Yeah, I'm talking about. But if he wasn't to get paid by week 1, okay, then I can see you kind of like causing an uproar. But just be patient, brother. This happened. Like I said earlier, this happened to CeeDee Lamb, Dak Prescott, Zeke Williams when it was time for him. Zeke Williams. Ezekiel Elliott when it was time for him to get paid. A few other Cowboys players, man, they always get paid, bro. Jerry Jones likes to draw it out for dramatic reasons, dramatic purposes, to keep the Cowboys name in the media, you know what I mean, in the headlines, you know what I'm saying? That's all it's about. And Micah Parsons is getting too personal with it, bro. You know what I'm saying? Too emotional about it. And like I said, for me, now, let me pull up, because this is my thing about it, right? Micah Parsons is a great player. He's a great pass rusher, defender, defensive lineman, whatever he is. You understand me? So I give him that. However, when it matters most, y'all know, go to Leangelo, you know, I'm all about what happens when it, you know what I mean, when it matters most. You feel me? Go to say, hi, so funny. That was hilarious. Y'all in the chat going on one. So y'all want to talk about niggas' teeth. See that? See that? My teeth straight, bitch. I'll say this. Y'all know, for me, it's all about what happens, you know, what matters most in big moments. And for me, for whatever reason, I know it's more than just, like, football is the ultimate team sport, and it's more than just him. But you know, if you're going to be compared to Lawrence Taylor, when it gets to the playoffs, you need to show up and show out. You know what I mean? Like, straight up. Let me pull up Micah Parsons' career stats. Let me see Micah Parsons' postseason stats. Okay. Micah Parsons going into his 5th year, right? 2021, I believe that was his rookie year. They only played 1 game in the postseason. They was 1 and done. 1 and motherfucking done. Right? And in that game, who did they play against? I don't know who they played against, but he had 3 tackles, no sacks. Okay. 2022, 2 games was played. So they won a game, okay? And then got to the next round. We beat up on them. The Niners, we beat up on them 2 years in a row. Once with Jimmy Garoppolo as a quarterback, then the next year it was with Brock Purdy as the quarterback. He played 2 games, 4 total tackles, 1 sack. So in 2 games, he had 1 sack. 2023, which was the last time they made the playoffs 2 years ago, 1 game played, 1 tackle, no sacks. So he's a great player, bro. But for you causing all of this fuss and ruckus about wanting to get paid and all that, bro, like, I mean, what's up in the playoffs? Like, what you doing, bro? You ain't wreaking no type of havoc on the quarterback in the playoffs, my dude. You feel me? Yep. Go to Leandro. He going into year 5. He going into year 5. So it says Micah Parsons has had 8 solo tackles and 1 sack in 4 games in his playoff career. That's not Lawrence Taylor like. I'm sorry. It's just not. Pressures. Go to Leangelo said how many pressures? I don't even see that here. If it is here, I'm overlooking it. Either way, he don't got a whole bunch of them because look at these stats. There's a whole bunch of zeros in this mother. His ass ain't did nothing in the playoffs. You feel me? So I'm just saying. But if you go to the regular season, let me see. Micah Parsons career stats. I don't even know how to look at shit, bro. Keep it a bean. Keep it a bean, man. 16 games played, 17. He missed some games last year. He missed a few games, but he still played 13. 64 tackles, 42, 36. But sacks. The sacks is where he has been, where he's built his reputation. He's done well throughout the course of the season, regular season. 13 sacks, 13 and a half, 14, 12. So he's never had a season where he's had less than 10 sacks. That's good. You know what I'm saying? But Lawrence Taylor is next level, bro. Like I said, Lawrence Taylor is not just one of the greatest defenders of all time. He is one of the greatest defenders, but I'm saying he's not just that. He's one of the greatest players of all time. You feel me? Lawrence Taylor career stats. Look at this shit. This motherfucker won an MVP, big dog. Like, come on, stop playing. Lawrence Taylor's career stats include 132 sacks, 1,088 tackles, 33 forced fumbles, 10 fumbles recovered, and 9 interceptions over 13-year career with the New York Giants, during which he won 2 Super Bowls, He's a 10-time Pro Bowler, 8-time All-Pro, and was named the NFL MVP in 1986. So, come on, man. Like, y'all got to stop this comparison of Micah Parsons to Lawrence Taylor. Like, that's just not. That's not adequate right there, big dog. Let me see. Let me look up. Hold on. Let me look up his postseason stats. Lawrence Taylor career. Playoff stats. Okay. What? Lawrence Taylor played but didn't record a tackle in 15 games in the playoffs in his career. Huh? That's got to be a joke. Like I don't even get like what are they? I mean, what are they talking about? I don't. That's got to be a mistake or something. Lawrence Taylor played but didn't record a tackle in 15 games in the playoffs in his career. Okay, Goated. I see what you're saying. I mean, yeah. I mean, how he didn't have no tackles, but he had sacks. Okay, 3, 1, 2. You know, so yeah. I don't know why. I mean, that's just weird. I guess they didn't. Lawrence Taylor had no recorded defensive statistics in 2 playoff games across his career. While he played in 15 playoff games, resulting in a 10-5 team record and 2 Super Bowl wins for the New York Giants, he did not accumulate any sacks, tackles, or defensive stats in those games, per StatMuse. StatMuse don't know what the hell it's talking about. That shit don't even make no damn sense. What are they trying to say, Goated? Like I'm lost. I'm confused. I'm confused, big dog. How the hell AI bugging for real? hey, what the how you play if you play 15 playoff games and you ain't tackled no damn body? I mean, what the hell was your ass doing out there? So that's obviously some type of mistake, typo. They wasn't recording the stats at that time or something. I don't know what the hell going on with that, but something is off with that. That just don't make no damn sense. Okay. Because the AI sees StatMuse not recording the tackles and assumes that he didn't have any stats. That's just wild. That's wild right there, bro. Yeah, I need to go somewhere else other than StatMuse then. Let me see. Let me go to his Wikipedia because I know they be having this shit, man. Wikipedia know what's up. Man, that nigga shit long in the mother. Regular season. Okay. Regular season. What about playoffs? Why he ain't got no playoff stats online, bro? This shit don't make no damn sense. LT dog, they trying to, hey man, they trying to hide your, you know what I mean? Okay, definitely go to, yeah. Jump on that, man, cause yeah, man, I'm having a hard go of it right here. LT, they trying to they trying to suppress your career, man. I don't know why they doing that to my boy. You understand me? What the hell? Because I know he. They recorded correct. Hold on, bro. Lawrence Taylor career playoff stats. How the hell? Lawrence Taylor career stats. Okay. Career. What the? Yeah, he must be too old or something for this shit, cause they like, nah. This wild right here. This is wild. Wild. What the? Because it don't make no sense how he has sacks recorded, but no tackles. Like a sack is a tackle. You feel me? So I don't get it. I just don't get it. Yeah, no, I don't get it. Not even a little bit. Not even a little bit, bro. Yeah, this weirdo behavior right here. Because I know he has some tackles. Like, you ain't finna sit up there and tell me that Lawrence Taylor didn't tackle nobody in 15 playoff games. Like, that's just not. I'm just not believing that. Yeah, I'm not believing that at all. So before I move on from this, let me type this up. Why does Lawrence Taylor career postseason stats not show up? What? AI says Lawrence Taylor's postseason stats don't show up because by the NFL standard, postseason games are not included in official career statistics. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. While they may be mentioned in historical accounts or by specific organizations, only regular season numbers are compiled into career totals for players like Taylor. That's bullshit because I just pulled up Micah Parsons' playoff stats. And they had it right there. It was right there. So, yeah, I can't fall for that. Yeah, they trying to suppress you, Lawrence Taylor. I don't know what the hell going on. I don't know what the hell going on, but yeah, man. They trying to get you up out of here, fam. They saying, man, that booger sugar was a little bit too much for them to give you your proper respect, man. But anyway, we all know what Lawrence Taylor was. Ray Lewis propaganda online. Man, Man, hold on. Cause now let me now. Okay, now watch this. Let me look up Ray Lewis. Since AI talking about the NFL, talking about by the NFL standard, postseason games are not included in official career statistics. Why would they not be? That don't make no damn sense, right? Now, since you brought up Ray Lewis, goated. Let me see. Ray Lewis playoff career stats. Now, how the hell? In 19 playoff games, Hall of Famer Ray Lewis recorded 214 total tackles, 15 passes defense, 3.5 sacks, and recorded 1 fumble. So this makes absolutely no sense. So you have Ray Lewis's playoff tackles and stats, but you don't have anything for Lawrence Taylor. 214 is fucking crazy. That's fucking wild. This motherfucker right here, Ray Lewis, this motherfucker's a damn beast right there, man. Goodness motherfucking gracious. Hey, Ray Lewis, one of them dudes, man. You need some motivation, man, just throw on a Ray Lewis speech. Boy, he gonna have your ass run through a damn wall. It don't matter in what aspect of life you know what I'm saying, you in. You feel me? You go, man, you hear Ray Lewis talk, boy, your ass be ready to go off the top. You feel me? But yeah, 214 is ridiculous. 214 tackles in 19 games? Yeah, this brother is absolutely ridiculous. Like, it don't make no damn sense. Look. Stat Muse got all his shit. Okay? Now, it's weird. The year that they won the Super Bowl and had that historic defense, his tackles don't show up. That's just weird. But every other, so Stat Muse, y'all, Stat Muse, y'all on some bullshit. How is it that the year that they had an all-time great historic defense, you don't have any of his stats as far as tackles on the website, but every other year it's right there. Yeah, that just don't make no damn sense. 2008, he went for 23 on that. That nigga was going crazy. Hey, on my mama. If I see Ray Lewis late night with that thick neck doing that damn dance, Ray Lewis. Hey, I'm talking like this. Hey, brother, you can have it all. What you want? Empty my pocket? You know what I'm saying? Like, you have it all. I'm not even tripping. You know what I mean? Yeah, Ray Lewis is like that. But that's weird. But all I'm saying is they trying to compare Micah Parsons to Ray Lewis, you know what I'm saying? And I don't mean to hate. I mean to Lawrence Taylor. And I don't mean to hate on the young brother, even though I'm a Niners fan. So, you know, we have no problem hating on anything that got to do with the Cowboys. But I'm just saying as a sports fan, like, I don't mean to hate on the young brother. I'm just saying Lawrence Taylor's that's a whole different level, bro. Like he not Lawrence Taylor. So he not the new Lawrence Taylor or the next Lawrence Taylor. Or, he ain't none of that. So y'all got to y'all got to stop saying that. You feel me? But that's my only thing with Micah Parsons is that great young talent, great young player, one of the premier pass rushers in the league right now at this moment, all that. But in the playoffs, when it's time to go get the quarterback, I mean, he act like he can't get there. You feel me? So I feel like he may be a tad bit overrated. And Jerry Jones was like, man, look, I'm tired of this shit. I'm tired of breaking the bank, paying all these motherfuckers all this money, and we either not making the playoffs, going 8-8, or getting bounced out after one game. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can't even get to the NFC Championship game. I ain't been there in 30 years. Obviously, that's not Micah Parsons' fault. He haven't played for the last 30 years. But I'm just saying, eventually a team is going to be like, bruh, we may have to take a different route at this. Now, like I said, the Dallas Cowboys are the most, what's the word? They are the highest, they're the team worth the most money across the whole landscape of sports. So they got the money. You know what I'm saying? But regardless of the fact that they got the money, they like, man, we ain't seeing no results, man. These motherfuckers doing all this shit during the regular season, and then we get to the postseason and we can't get nothing done. So, all right, before I move on from talking about Micah Parsons, and I'm finna talk about Brock Purdy next. Let me see if there's anything, any little video clips that I want to play that I forgot about. Micah Parsons videos. Let's see here. Micah Parsons removes Cowboys from social media. Go to say the Cowboys just got to start fresh and rebuild. Give it up. Oh man, Jerry, it's over. It's over. It's over. I will say that Jerry Jones is part of the problem himself. But see, this is the thing with Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones is like this. I mean, all of these newer players, y'all ain't won nothing. But me as an owner, I got 3 Super Bowls. You know what I'm saying? That don't mean he don't want to win now. But he's saying, man, at the end of the day, we making the most money. We got the most money. And if it all come to an end right now, at least I do. And I have won 3 Super Bowls as the owner of the Dallas Cowboys myself. So, hey, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm good. That's how Jerry Jones is looking at it. Let me see this.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Is that your car?
Yeah.
Let me play this clip right here and see if I got any commentary on this.
So check Allstate first and save when you click or call.
Come on, man, with the commercials, big dog. What he said, Jerry want to replace his whole team with Ezekiel Elliott clone.
Bring you the latest on Micah Parsons' social media drama with the Cowboys. But first, Gucci, Jackson Dart had a scare in today's preseason game.
A little bit, and Mom had some words of advice as well as she was watching. Haters 2 weeks threw it all around on these Patriots who see it was dark.
Was it a preseason game tonight, huh?
It throws to the end zone, but the pass.
make the postseason, but maybe win a playoff game.
Let me see.
References in his social media. Parsons removed the profile picture in his ex account. Someone who's still a little bit upset because
Let's
Micah
see here.
Parsons still has no new contract. He also doesn't have Cowboys references in his social media. Parsons removed the profile picture in his ex account that showed him in a Dallas Cowboys uniform. He also took the team's name out of his bio. Now the bio says, quote, Penn State 2021 TBD. Jerry Jones spoke about the negotiations earlier today.
I have agreed to give more money than has ever been given in terms of guaranteed money than anyone ever has as far as a defensive player. I've done that. Now, I am the cat that writes the check. Okay? Now, Mike has got 3 years with the Cowboys left.
Oh, it wasn't no game tonight? I thought no, not tonight. Meaning Friday. I'm saying this past night that just passed. Did the Giants and the Cowboys didn't play? Or wait, was the Giants and the Cowboys or who? Somebody. Maybe I'm wrong though. My fault if I'm wrong.
He's got 3 years. At some point, somebody has to have the say over the other. When we wanted to send the details to the agent told us to stick it up there.
Jerry.
Wait, now see, I was
Just so you're clear.
Wait. What do you mean? What do you mean? Come on now.
Jerry speaking in billionaireese.
Mike and I talked, and then we were going to send it over to the agent. And we had our agreements on term, amount, guarantees, everything. We were going to send it over to the agent. And the agent said, don't bother because we've got all that to negotiate.
It's developing news from the Cowboys changes minute to minute.
This nigga Jerry, man. Hey, this nigga Jerry like this, little big dog. You understand me? I don't give a fuck what y'all talking about. You understand me? I'm cutting the check. I'm writing the check. So Jerry don't give a damn. That's that old nigga talk right there, man. With that old school Southern twang to it. You understand me? Just like you said, Goated. He said, man, listen, man. I got the money, man. You understand me? Y'all want the money. I already got it. You understand me? If you want this motherfucking money, you gonna wait for it, big dog. And like I said, man, it ain't Micah Parsons, bro. It's not like Jerry's basically saying the way this shit is going, it's like I'm going to have to give him the most guaranteed money that any defensive player has been guaranteed in NFL history. Meaning every time a TJ Watt, a Nick Bosa, old boy over there for the Browns, you know what I'm saying? Every time one of these top defensive players get paid, the next person after that got to get more money. Then the next person after him got to get more money. So he basically saying, bro, I'm gonna have to pay him the most money the most guaranteed money that any defensive player has ever been paid. You know what I'm saying? Let me think about this. You understand me? Let me think about this. That's all he's saying. He like, damn, like, come on, big dog. He like, can I think about this a little bit? Y'all niggas gonna try to punk me into just paying a nigga whatever that. But I'm like, bro, damn, Micah Parsons, you is still getting paid 20 or $22 million this year. You know what I'm saying? You still finna get like a dub. You feel me? Brody's still finna get a dub. Nigga, he like, nigga, I don't give a fuck about that dub. You feel me? I need the whole shebang. And that's all because he still has a year left on his contract. You feel me? But he's seeing, like I said, he's seeing the TJ Watts and all these players breaking the bank. He want his comeuppance too. But like I said, I don't think that Jerry Jones wasn't never gonna pay him. I just think he's just making them wait like he make everybody else wait. If y'all ain't never had Steve, motherfuckers be hitting. I'm promoting their ass. They ain't paying me nothing. But Motherfucker be hitting right there. Man, all these niggas, man, they all set for life. You getting $20 million a year. I mean, you getting $20 million this year. You know what I'm saying? So, bruh, fire. Straight fire. I love these. Well, you right, Goated. You 100% right. Man, y'all dudes is set for life, man. Niggas complaining about 20 million versus 30 million and 40 million. I mean, I get it. 35, 40 million is more than 20 million. So I get it, but I mean, damn. Think about us, the average motherfucker that's hearing y'all bitch and complain because you only getting paid 20 million this year. Like, come on, bro. We looking at you like, bro, you's a damn fool. Let me see.
We have our Damian Woody back with us. Damian, what statement is Micah Parsons making by removing the Cowboys from his social media?
Well, I think it just goes to show you where the state of the relationship between Micah Parsons and the Dallas.
20 million to play football. I mean,
negotiation.
Shit, give me 5 million. I'm good.
"Quote unquote" handshake deal or something to that effect between him and Michael Parsons, and obviously trying to navigate around the agent here.
That nigga Jerry Jones said, "Man, fuck your agent, man." You understand me? We don't need your agent, boy. We got a handshake deal. Let me see. Anytime the past week. Let me see what they saying. Rich Eisen. Micah Parsons first take.
It's over. The Philadelphia Eagles have won Super
Today. Oh, I'm locked and loaded. I'm ready to go, Molly.
Okay. Continues as there's been no forward progress
These
in contract
motherfuckers right here.
between Micah Parsons and the Dallas Cowboys. Jerry Jones was on Fox and Friends earlier this morning and was asked about the latest with Micah. Let's take a listen.
They're gonna hit you with the commercials off the top.
Are you to getting a deal with him?
Mike is a great player, not a good player, but a great player. He knows more than anyone that it's a team thing. And so I know everybody's tired of hearing this, but you've got to put this puzzle together so that you can have some other people out there playing with Michael. That's the art of the deal, and that's why we're trying to get done, and we're trying to make this thing work. But we have all the appreciation in the world for what he can mean to the years ahead. We're proud to have you.
Okay, again, Jerry Jones.
Oh, yeah, that's it. That's that. That's that politically correct talk right there.
From that interview.
I don't understand why Jerry Jones takes us as fools. Jerry, we know what this is about. If you're trying to preserve cap space, you would have signed Micah at the beginning of this offseason before the edge rusher market got reset 3 times over. Or better yet, you would have signed Micah when he was first extension eligible.
This fool right here don't know what the hell he be talking about.
For a new deal.
He just be running the damn mouth.
$36 million a year. Now you're talking about a number north of $41 million a year, and him being the highest paid non-quarterback in NFL history. So when he has to talk about the depth and what it could potentially mean if you sign Micah to the deal that he's looking for, and
Miles Garrett, 40 million a year.
Missed me all the way with that conversation.
TJ Watt, 41.
Drug this thing all the way out to the point that it's
Nick Bosa getting 34.
You know what? I've stopped listening to Jerry. I
Hold on, let me go back to that.
This whole Micah situation. I've stopped listening to.
Plug this thing all the way out to the point.
Micah Parsons is making an average of $24 million a year. He out here crying and complaining, and they're like they paying him $1 million a year and some shit. Like, come on, bro. Come on, Luke. You getting paid $24 million a year. And this is his rookie deal, if I'm not mistaken. He's still on his rookie contract. Get paid $24 million a year? Your ass tripping, big dog. Your ass tripping. You only got one more year left on the contract. Go on, play that out, man. So you can go on. Now I understand it because I understand it because if he play out this year without, he's eligible for a new contract. So if he play out this year and he ended up getting hurt, like a serious injury, something that's kind of like career ending, even though nowadays with the technology and the medicine and, you know, the doctors and all and everything we know, like there's no really injury that's like career ending anymore. Now, this maybe an injury can lead to being career ending because you may sustain an injury that you're never kind of like the same from again, and it may call for you to have more injuries down the line or whatever. But for the most part, the whole career-ending injury thing is like you almost able to come back from anything now. You know what I'm saying? But so I kind of feel him from the standpoint of, even though I'm getting paid $20 million this year, if I play and then I get hurt, then y'all not gonna want to pay me. So he's trying to secure the bag right now, before anything can happen, type shit. So I understand that. I played 3 years. Then I moved to some random ass island and built a mansion or something. Straight up. Goda said, now look what happened to Todd Gurley. What happened to Todd Gurley? I mean, I know he did. I think you. What happened to Todd Gurley? You talking about he got his money and then he started getting hurt, or you talking about he was supposed to get his money, or he was trying to get his money, they didn't pay him, and then he ended up getting hurt? I forgot what happened to Todd Gurley. Yeah, I forgot what happened to Todd Gurley. He played his rookie contract, and then before he got his bag, he broke down and couldn't run. Okay, yeah, that's right. That's right. It's a shady game. It's a shady game, boy. NFL, boy, they use and abuse your ass, and then your ass get hurt. They're like, well, hey, I'm sorry for you. Better luck next time, bitch. They don't give a damn. NFL cold game, man.
That it's at right now.
Hey, Mark, you know what? I've stopped listening to Jerry. I was very worried about this.
She said, I'm gonna stop listening to Jerry.
I was thinking there's no way.
Hold on. My bad. Cause I want to hear what she got to say about this. Then I'm finna move on and talk about Brock Purdy. Then I'm gonna get off here. You know what I'm saying? Until the games actually start. Cause see the NFL is more popping than the NBA as far as the popularity of it. But as far as content to talk about, for whatever reason, it feels like the NBA, it got a little bit more spice to it. With the NFL, it's about, like, once the season starts and it's about the actual games, then, you know what I mean, we can watch the games and see what happened in all of these games, and then have opinions and talk about that. But until the games start, it just don't be enough. It just don't be enough, like, they don't give you enough, like, content to really talk about. You know what I'm saying? Whereas the NBA does. It's always something juicy going on in the NBA. Pause. You know what I'm saying? To where I can get on this motherfucker and go crazy. But with the NFL, it's more about the games. And so that's why, since the NBA season has ended, I haven't been on here as much as I was, like, during the NBA playoffs. Because I don't want to be on here just forcing topic. And then when I am on here, I've still been talking about the NBA most of the time. But we almost there. We about 2 weeks away from the start of the season, NFL season. So, and once it starts, it's going to be on and cracking.
Words like divorce are being thrown around. And I'm like, you know what? I started watching that Netflix series about the Cowboys. And it's so good if you have not watched it. It's phenomenal. But I'm watching Jerry talk about the Emmett deal and signing Dion, and how when Jerry talks about controversial is not a bad thing. If anything, in sports and business, it creates interest. And you know what? I'm feeling like this is gonna get done. I'm not worried anymore. You cannot trick me. I am not worried at all, because I think back to last season when I was in Cleveland and they're playing the Cowboys, and a couple hours or an hour before kickoff, news broke. Schefter broke news of Dak, and
NBA got the world's greatest drama queens.
The whole time we're talking all last season about this, and
they always give you something to talk about.
Jerry gets it done. So until week 1 comes and I do not see Micah standing there, I'm not giving Jerry anymore. I think this is all strategy. You want Micah's side to
Of course, it's all strategy.
We got to pay everybody. I think this is all part of the negotiations. And until week 1 comes, I'm not going to worry about it.
All right, Kimberly's not buying it.
Got it. For sure. It's all good, bro. I'm finna get up off here too in a minute, my damn self. You know what I'm saying? It's a cool little show tonight. Not as litty as some of my past ones, but it's gonna be like that sometime. It ain't always gonna be
part of the negotiations.
Hella motherfuckers up in here. You know what I mean?
Like you guys.
Sometimes it's gonna be kind of moderate. I don't want to hear nothing she got to say. Mina Kimes, I'm sorry. Like, I'm not trying to be like a sexist or whatever, man. But Mina Kimes, I just don't be wanting to hear nothing that she got to say at all. Like, you know what I'm saying? At least other old girl, the black chick, she be actually out there at the games, in the trenches, reporting. You know what I'm saying? On game day. Mina Kimes just be sitting on TV, sitting in a studio somewhere, or doing a podcast from the comfort of her home. You know what I mean? Just talking shit about motherfuckers. I don't want to hear nothing Mina Kimes got to say. You don't know nothing about nothing. Ain't never put on no pad. Ain't never hit nobody. Ain't never did nothing. But you stay running your damn mouth. That's why I agree with what Jeff Garcia said a few years ago, and he ended up catching flack for that. Because everybody want to be Mr. Me Too and with the Me Too movement and all that. So they act like they had to come to Mina Kimes' defense. I'm like, man, that nigga was right. Because I forgot what he said. I forgot what she said, but she was criticizing somebody. It was a quarterback. And Jeff Garcia came out and was like, bitch, the fuck do you know? You don't know shit. You feel me? And everybody jumped on Jeff Garcia like, oh, you can't do that. You can show her some respect. Ain't showing her no damn respect. She don't know what the hell she's talking about. But yeah, my overall thing about Micah Parsons is he's a great young player. He deserves to get paid. But they just drawing it out. You know what I'm saying? Jerry does this. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna get your bread, you're gonna get your ducats player, you're gonna get your chicken, as Marshawn Lynch would say. You're gonna get your chicken. You know what I'm saying? They just drawing it out, you know what I'm saying, and making it dramatic, you know what I mean, to give us something to talk about. And I do think that as far as how they talk about Micah Parsons, he has played well in his career. He's got a few All-Pros and Pro Bowl selections and all that, but I do think he's a bit overrated. You know what I'm saying? And I do say that more or less off of his performances in the postseason, because yes, the NFL is the ultimate team game, but when you rushing the passer, it ain't a whole bunch of scheming with that. I mean, it's just not. It's just you lining up, you putting your hands and your feet in the dirt, and when the ball is snapped, go get the quarterback. It ain't a whole bunch of, you know what I mean? Like, you either gonna go get the quarterback or you can't. Now, I understand, you know, they may be throwing some double teams at him and, you know, some chipping him and all that, but if you Lawrence Taylor, the next Lawrence Taylor, like they trying to, you know, say you is, I mean, because Lawrence Taylor now, that's one thing that I agree with Shannon Sharp about when he would talk about. Now, we all know Shannon Sharp is a Cowboy hater, so he gonna talk shit about the Cowboys regardless. But I agree with Shannon Sharp, because I heard him say this before. Say that, hey, Reggie White, Lawrence Taylor, you know, Ray Lewis, some of the greats, they all got double teamed and triple teamed and you know, Aaron Donald, you know, and chipped and all type of shit, but they still found a way to get to the quarterback when it mattered most. So Micah Parsons, you got to do the same thing. But yeah, that's my thoughts on that. Now, let me get to this Brock Purdy thing. Let me get to this Brock Purdy thing real quick, man. Let me get to this Brock Purdy, this dirty Purdy. And let me get to this dirty Purdy. Some shit I was watching earlier. Okay, let me go to my history. Now, when it comes to Brock Purdy, okay, you know, he's proven a lot already, but for whatever reason, it's like they wanted just to keep proving more. Like, as a 49er fan, I don't need to see no more. I've seen enough, okay? During his rookie year, okay, this is the thing about it, right? So, his rookie year, I believe, was Trey Lance. And when we had Trey Lance, it was Trey Lance's second year. But it was his first year as a starter, okay? He was supposed to be the guy going forward. He ended up getting hurt. Jimmy Garoppolo comes in. Now, Jimmy Garoppolo was already supposed to be going off the team. But during training camp, the year that Trey Lance was taking over to be the starting quarterback, Kyle Shanahan, you know, seen some things that would lead him to believe that maybe we might want to hold on to Jimmy Garoppolo because Trey Lance might not quite be what we thought he was. You know what I'm saying? Sizzle, what's going on? My boy Sizzle in the building. So, you know, they like, you know, we might want to hold on to Jimmy G just as a backup plan. And sure enough, Trey Lance ended up getting hurt. Jimmy Garoppolo takes over, and this is a few years, this is like 2 or 3 years after we went to the Super Bowl with Jimmy Garoppolo. Jimmy Garoppolo takes over, and he's playing some of the best football of his career, right? He played like 6 or 7 games. Then he got hurt, and then enter Brock Purdy. Now, Brock Purdy picked up right where Jimmy G left off, and we went to the NFC Championship game, and then that's when he had the injury to his elbow or whatever, and that was the game we ended up losing to the Eagles in the NFC Championship game because we didn't have no quarterback. Okay, but my thing is this: with Trey Lance, it was always this excuse of, oh, you know, he's a young player and you got to give him time to learn the NFL game and, you know, get accustomed to the speed of the game and this and that. Cap. Bullshit. Because Brock Purdy, when he was inserted into the starting lineup, it didn't take him no time. He picked right on up and did what he had to do. And it was even harder for Brock Purdy to do it because he wasn't supposed to be the starter. So Trey Lance had the whole offseason to know he was going to be the starter and to be prepared for that and all that. Brock Purdy wasn't prepared for that. Now you're supposed to prepare like as a backup. You're supposed to prepare like you are the starter, but still, that's not the same as being a starter and knowing that you're going to be the starting quarterback. So you actually are legitimately preparing for that. No, he was thrusted right up in there during the middle of the season and there was no learning curve. He immediately picked up right where Jimmy G left off and we went to the NFC Championship game. The very next year, we went to the Super Bowl. So I don't want to hear nothing about he had to. So my point in saying that is he's proven in the 2.5, basically 3 years that he's been in the league that like there's nothing else to see, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like there's nothing. And the only reason why this happens to Brock Purdy with all of this talk about, well, he isn't that good. You know, it was the weaponry around him and all that. It's all because of where he was drafted at. Mr. Irrelevant, the last pick in the draft. So because of that, so basically my point is, had he been drafted in the first round, a top 10 draft pick or a number 1 overall draft pick, with what he's done in his career so far, we would be saying that he's a top 5 quarterback in the league right now, instead of top 12 to 15 or whatever, wherever they're trying to put him at. You know what I'm saying? Like, we would be saying that. But because he's Mr. Irrelevant and he was the last pick in the draft, there's this thought of like, you know, he's naturally going to regress, and you know, it was more of the weapons around him rather than him. Now, I always say this has always been my argument against that, right? So they'll say, oh, look at all the weapons Brock Purdy had and this and that and blah, 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 right? Okay, well, what actually happened in that NFC Championship game that I just got through referencing? And that was the 2022 season when the 49ers met the Eagles in Philadelphia in the NFC Championship game, and he ended up getting hurt that first drive of the game and couldn't play no more, right? What happened? Brock Purdy wasn't there anymore, right? But I'm going to tell you who was there. That was also the year, I believe that was the year we acquired Christian McCaffrey in the middle of the season. So Christian McCaffrey was there. Deebo Samuel was there. Brandon Ayuk was there. George Kittle was there. Kyle Juszczyk was there. Trent Williams was there. Then you go to the defense. Nick Bosa was there. Fred Warner was there. Dre Greenlaw was there. So my point is, they want to give all of the credit to Brock Purdy's success to everybody else. But when he was missing and he didn't play, the team fell apart. How do you explain that? All of those other great players that they talking about was the reason why, and I'm not saying that they weren't the reason why. What I'm saying is, like, stop trying to make it seem like Brock Purdy was only successful, and he's only been successful because of all the weapons that he have around him. Yeah, that's partly because that has some that's part of the reason why. But bro, show me a bum-ass team with a bum-ass offense that won a Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't exist. Okay? So it's similar to what they're trying to do with Jalen Hurts right now. Oh, well, look at the team around him and this and that. Dude, he outplayed Patrick Mahomes. He outplayed Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl that they lost in 2022. Okay? So I'm saying, how do you explain that? How do you explain, oh, well, it was his weapon, it was his weaponry, and it's not Brock Purdy, it was because of everybody he was playing around. But they was all there after he got hurt, but he wasn't. He was the only entity, the only part of the team that was not there. And I mean, they absolutely couldn't do anything. Okay. So that is always my argument for that opinion right there. You know what I'm saying? Is that all you got to go do is go back and look at the 2022 championship game. That's all you got to do. You feel me? And you will see that because basically what that's like saying is you can just plug anybody into that situation and they would be successful. It's not the case. We've seen it. So there's nothing more for Brock Purdy to prove. You know what I'm saying? Like I've seen enough. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna play a few clips here of a few things that some I disagree with, some I agree with, and I'm gonna give my take on it. This is just some stuff I was watching earlier.
Same old phone?
Okay.
Nah, this is my mic check and mix all that. Gangs all here. Boiled peanuts. Chip. You know what? So they brag about intelligence, but no way.
Commercials right here. My bad.
Can your phone do that?
The 49ers, to me, are one of the most fascinating teams. They're going to the playoffs, and then other people are like, no. Cavs looks like it's on the road to recovery, and he's going to be okay. And I certainly would bet on it can make up for a lot of it. But, I don't look at them right now as one of the more talented teams in football. And, of course, here with the wide receiver play, okay, I can get that. But
maybe I'm missing something here. And
right,
the schedule is, as Pete is reminding us, it
Easy
is
as
a
football.
very easy schedule. And the three games that are different for the
So-
Rams and the 49ers, I don't have them in front of me, but there's
So this is my thing about that too. So they're also saying, the 49ers have an easy schedule this year. Dude, it's the NFL. There's no such thing as an easy schedule. There's no such thing. I get what they're trying to say. They're trying to say that the schedule that because of the season that they had last year, and they ended up going 6-11 because of injuries and a lot of other various things, that automatically is going to give them a little bit of a softer schedule this year. Okay. So because of that, they're trying to say they got an easy schedule. So I kind of get that, but where I disagree at is, like I said, their schedule may be a little bit more favorable than some other teams, but there's no easy schedule in the NFL, bro. Like that's the reason why, y'all heard the phrase "any given Sunday." Okay, because on any given Sunday, the worst team in the league can beat the best team in the league. You just don't know how these things are going to pan out. So you guys are looking at it from a standpoint of the teams that are on their schedule this year and what they did last year. And one season doesn't transfer over to the next. I understand that, you know, you can say, you know, oh, this team or that team, they don't have a good quarterback or whatever. You never know. Prime example for me, the Washington Redskins, or the Commanders, as they say. I still call them the Redskins. I don't give a damn. But for the sake of this, of what I'm talking about, I'll say the Commanders. The Commanders. Coming into last year, nobody thought that the Washington Commanders was going to end up being the team that they end up being. They had a rookie quarterback. Okay? And they ended up, didn't the Commanders, they went to the NFC, they were in the championship game last year. Ain't nobody at the beginning of the season had that on their card of the Washington Commanders is going to be in the NFC championship game. Like nobody. So you don't know how these things are going to play out. So to just before the beginning of the season, just say, oh yeah, the 49ers have an easy schedule. You don't, it may seem like that, but you don't know that for sure. You got to let it play out. One or two of the teams that y'all might think is easy for them may end up being much better than what y'all think. Like, I've seen this happen, bro. Like I said, I just gave an example of the Commanders. Plus, I've been watching football for a very long time, bro. And these types of things happen. Ain't no guarantees. You got to go out there, play the game, and win the game. So, no, I disagree with, oh, they got an easy schedule. So, you know, if Brock Purdy can't, if they can't get to 10 or 11 wins this season, then that proves that he's not what they say he is, and he's not a top 5 quarterback, and this and that, and blah, 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 blah. It's cap, bro.
There's 3 games that are different, and it's a notable difference between first place and fourth place team, because that's how they landed last year. The 49ers have a fourth place schedule. It's amazing.
Right.
I think that if they can stay healthy, they can be better than expected, but
it's all predicated on health.
Nobody stays healthy.
Yeah, right.
And after last docuseries from the 90s, no, they were the 2 juggernaut.
And make the Cowboys NFC this pre-salary cap was willing to do that. Like, they had the league corner mid-80s there, and we're on a different level.
A lot this year about Brock Purdy.
Yeah, we are.
He got paid.
Okay, so
this year about Brock Purdy.
Changed the game not long after that.
We're going to find out a lot this year about Brock Purdy.
Yeah, we are.
He got paid.
Right.
See, that's my talking about. We're going to find out a lot about Brock Purdy this year. They keep moving the goalposts. There's nothing more to find out, bro. Like, he just got the bag. He has already proven his worth. You feel me? Like, he's already proven it. So all of this talk about, we're going to find out a lot. Like, you ain't found out. I mean, it's not a fluke to go to back-to-back NFC championship games into a Super Bowl. Like, that's not a damn fluke. You know what I'm saying? So we already know what Brock Purdy is. It ain't no like they're saying this because now it's like, oh, we want to see if he can carry a team on his back and this and that. And like, we lost 1 or 2 players. And that's another thing. We still are a stacked team. Yeah, Debo gone now. On the defensive end, Dre Greenlaw's gone. Maybe 1 or 2 other key players is gone, but Purdy is still there. Christian McCaffrey is still there. Our fullback Kyle Juszczyk is still there. George Kittle is still there. Brandon Ayuk is still there. Now, he's going to be out until week 6, 7, or 8, but he is still there. We still got Trent Williams protecting his blind side on the offensive line. On the defensive side, Nick Bosa is still there. Fred Warner is still there. Deommodore Lenoir, all-pro cornerback, is still there. So we still stacked, bro. We still stack. We still stack.
I still think he's in the middle of the pack, bro. I look, and there's no shame in being a middle of the pack NFL quarterback.
But all this talk about, well, yeah, we're gonna find out a lot about Brock Purdy this year and that. There's nothing more to find out, bro. He's already proven what he needed to prove. And like I said, it's not a fluke to be that young of a player, that young of a quarterback, and to end up in back-to-back championship games, and in one of those championship games you win and end up advancing to a Super Bowl. That's not a fluke. Like, that's not just like, oh yeah, well, this and that, blah blah. And I just dismantled the whole notion of, oh, it's only because it's weapons. Not dismantled it from a standpoint of that it's not the weapons around him, because yes, that helps. Every good team, every Super Bowl contender needs to have great players alongside the quarterback, offensively and defensively. But like I said, when you took Brock Purdy out of that championship game in 2022 against the Eagles, and you left all of those weapons that y'all want to say is the reason for this and the reason for that, what happened? What happened? The team was not able to function, not even a little bit. Why? Because their quarterback wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? So, no, there's nothing more for Brock Purdy to prove. Yeah, he still got to play well, but there's nothing to prove from the standpoint of, okay, now I need to do this. I need to live up to the contract now, and this and that. Bro, you earned that money. You earned that money. Ain't nothing else to prove, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to that. You earned that money.
That means there's only a dozen or so guys that do it better than you in the world. But the contract is not middle of the pack.
Right.
It's going to, I think, not age well, and he's going to get jumped by a lot of guys, and other guys who are already ahead of him are going to get farther ahead of him. But, yeah, this is the year. When you look at the receivers, and there is no Jerry Rice, there is no Deebo Samuel, there is no superstar receiver. If that passing game is going to go, it's going to go because Brock Purdy is delivering the ball accurately to the guy who is open in the plays that Kyle Shanahan has schemed up for that specific situation.
Yeah, no, I think there's a lot on him here. I mean, yeah, you want to answer the bell of the new contract and prove people that you were worthy of it and all that too. But again, here's more numbers here a little, right? You've done some good things. We like you. We know what we were 6-11. And he didn't play good. And it's rare that 6.
Now, speaking of 6-11, right? So they're trying to use that as an excuse for, like, all of the Brock Purdy naysayers are using the team record last year, 6-11, to champion themselves and be like, see, we told you he's not as good as they're trying to portray him to be. And that leads me to my next clip that I want to play. Let me make sure I didn't miss nothing on here.
6-11 quarterback, like, okay, I got to make up for the lack. But he wasn't the machine that seemed unstoppable. No, we saw a few cracks in the
teams of the AFC South, all 4 teams of the NFC South. That's 14 games right there.
That's 14 games.
Here's the final 3
that
are driven by. That's reason enough to say,
okay, here we go.
I see why the 49ers are the betting favorite.
Let me play this.
When it comes to Colin Cowherd and his Brock Purdy takes.
Now, shout out to SF 49ers. You feel me? Like, subscribe, follow, all that good stuff. I'm finna play a clip from him. Now, what was I gonna say? Now, this name right here, Greg Cosell, okay? Greg Cosell is an NFL film guru, okay, when it comes to studying film. And he actually works for NFL Films. He's been doing it for 30 plus years. Okay. Never played in the league. I don't even think he's ever coached in the league. However, when it comes to studying film, like this is what he does. Okay. Everybody around the NFL and they all respect him as like this genius when it comes to studying the game, quarterbacks in particular, and giving his opinion on what he sees. You know what I'm saying? He never been a coach, but he could be a coach. You know what I'm saying? But so Greg Cosell knows of what he's I'm just prefacing this to say that Greg Cosell is somebody that is extremely credible when it comes to giving his takes and opinions and feedback on what he sees from a quarterback after studying them and studying their film. So and Greg Cosell had some pretty positive things to say about Brock Purdy. Okay? Like he does this this is part of his profession, or this is his profession. So he can't he's not just one of these talking heads up here that just get on TV or get on the radio and just spew shit and just say shit just for the sake of entertainment. You know what I mean? Like he's actually giving you real solid, like credible, like you learn something when you listen to him talk about the game. Okay? That's who Greg Cosell is. So I just wanted to say that before I play a few of these Greg Cosell clips and his take on Brock Purdy and what he sees of him as a quarterback.
Honestly, stop giving him airtime. As you guys know, there was a good portion of this particular channel where we would kind of collect and gather all the different takes and opinions on Brock Purdy, because we were also just trying to really figure out.
He's 1-6 against playoff teams. Now, right now in camp.
Okay, so I guess I'll play.
Their wide receiving core is in complete shambles, and they open up against a pretty lively, athletic Seattle defense up in the Northwest. That's a tough opener. So when you look.
This is from the Colin Cowherd show that comes on FS1. Colin Cowherd is known for his for lack of better term to use, Brock Purdy hate, so to speak. Out here, spewing, and saying that, Brock Purdy isn't really that good, and he's one of those. It's the supporting cast, that is more of the reason for the Niners' success, while Brock Purdy has been a quarterback more than Brock Purdy himself. So that's whose show this is, and that's who's talking right now. But he has Greg Cosell on his show, and he's interviewing him.
Last year of Purdy, going 1-6 down the stretch against playoff teams. Was it that he couldn't make certain throws? Was it that the yards after catch were limited? Like 1-6.
As you see, he keeps mentioning the fact that last year, Brock Purdy was 1-6, and not just Brock Purdy, but the team was 1-6 versus playoff teams. He's trying to drill that into the listener's head and into the person that he's interviewing head, just to make his point of, hey, I don't think this guy is really as good as they're trying to say he is.
From Purdy kind of jumps out at you when you look at his early success. Now, without Christian McCaffrey, it's a different offense. But what did the film say about Purdy last year when he had to start games with a patchwork group around him?
Well, it's funny you mentioned Purdy, because last week I watched 250 dropbacks of Purdy over a 2-day period. Purdy is a really good quarterback, Colin. The thing with Purdy is he's not Josh Allen or Patrick Mahomes. He's not necessarily the kind of quarterback, even though he does have mobility, that's going to make those kinds of plays by himself that we think of, that a Mahomes makes, and Allen makes, a Lamar makes. He certainly doesn't navigate the pocket the way a Joe Burrow does. But in terms of being what we call a post-snap operator, in other words, when he takes the snap, he has such an intuitive feel for what he sees, and therefore he's a really, really good timing and anticipation thrower. It's just innate to him. He sees it really quickly. So Purdy is a high-level post-snap operator. He's a really, really good player. It gets to that old question of how many quarterbacks, Colin, and you can go back years and years, are really great when their team's not very good. I mean, that's, Purdy is a really good quarterback. He's just not a dynamic athlete who's necessarily going to make those kind of special plays on his own. But as a pocket quarterback, he's pretty high level.
Boy, too bad Jason McIntyre's not on the show.
See? So he's basically coming out and saying, like, look, like, does Brock Purdy have the strongest arm? No. He's a mobile quarterback, but is he the most mobile and athletic? No. But he's saying when it comes to reading defenses pre-snap and then post-snap, figuring out where he wants to go with the ball, he's saying that he's a great quarterback, and he's pretty special at what he does. Okay. And so that just that knocks down all the hype about Brock Purdy is overrated and this and that. Like it's just not true.
High level.
Boy, too bad Jason McIntyre's not on the
kind of special plays on his own. But as a pocket quarterback, he's pretty high level.
As a pocket quarterback, he's pretty high level. And that's what you want. You know what I mean? The quarterback is a throw from the pocket kind of position. Now we know, it's been trending a lot towards, more towards the mobile quarterback. But at the end of the day, what we've come to find out is that in order to win Super Bowls, it still comes down to, can you sling that rock from the pocket? Okay. Because if it was about all that running and all that other stuff, well, don't you think Lamar Jackson would, like, I love Lamar Jackson. Me and my boy go to LiAngelo. Oh, yeah, fresh cut on their ass. You know what I'm saying? Me and my boy go to LiAngelo had a little back and forth last week when we was talking about this, okay? Because he's not a huge Patrick Mahomes fan. I'm not a huge Patrick Mahomes fan either. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? But Patrick Mahomes has beat my team 2 times in the Super Bowl. The last 2 times we've been there. So I ain't no huge Patrick Mahomes fan. I'm just a fan of the game, and I give credit where it's due. Okay? And Patrick Mahomes.
Boy, too bad Jason McIntyre's not on the show today. He'd be doing backflips after that.
Patrick Mahomes, is he's beat my team, bro. You know what I'm saying? Oh, that's what I was saying. Patrick Mahomes, when it comes to he do a lot of that running around stuff and all that too, but I mean, obviously not like a Lamar Jackson. But my point is that Patrick Mahomes will slice and dice you. Obviously, we know from the pocket. And when it comes down to it, I love Lamar Jackson. He's my favorite player. He's my favorite player to watch. But when it's time to get it done, when it matters most, he hadn't got it done yet. It just is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It pains me to say that. Like I said, I love him, but it just is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So for Brock Purdy as a pocket quarterback, like Greg Cosell says, he excels at that. You know what I mean? And that's what you need to do. And that's the reason why 2 out of his first 3 seasons, the San Francisco 49ers have made deep runs into the postseason. One time going to the NFC Championship game, another time going to a Super Bowl. Okay, so it just is what it is.
Honestly, when I watch this video, it reminds me of like the two sections of people. The people who do believe that Brock Purdy is a good quarterback. It's funny what Greg Cosell has said. It's the reason why it's funny to me is because it's my opinion of Brock Purdy, and has been the opinion I have had of Brock Purdy nearly since the beginning. With Brock Purdy, he is an elite processor. He is a guy who is very smart. He has the intangible qualities. He's a leader. He's, hard. He doesn't really get flustered all that easily. He does those things extremely well. He has a above average arm. He doesn't have an elite arm, but he can make all the throws. He can throw outside the numbers.
And that be my thing, bro. Like it don't matter if he like. It's all about winning, bro. He fits perfect for the team and what Kyle Shanahan needs him to do. Period. Point blank. So he don't have to have some strong arm and all that. You know what I'm saying? Like having a strong arm. I mean, you want to have all of the great. You want to have as many great attributes as you can have, as a quarterback. But the two greatest quarterbacks of all time, they said both of them didn't have great arms or like the strongest arms. Now, I kind of disagree with it somewhat. You know what I mean? But Tom Brady and Joe Montana. Tom Brady wasn't known for having like just this, this rocket of an arm, even though I do believe that he did. But, if you listen to football people and football aficionados, they would say, I've heard a lot of them say that he doesn't have like this rocket of an arm and all that. And a lot of the quarterbacks that do, they ain't got 7 Super Bowls or nothing close to it. So it's okay to not have, the strongest arm. Can you make the throws and make the plays necessary when the game is on the line when you need to help your team win? And that's all that matters. And Brock Purdy has done that.
He can make the difficult layered passes.
Exactly.
He throws under duress.
Exactly.
Back foot, different arm angles out of different arm slots. All that easily.
Exactly.
He does those things extremely well. He has a above average arm. He doesn't have an elite arm, but he can make all the throws. He can throw outside the numbers. He can make the difficult layered passes. He can make throws under duress, off his back foot, different arm angles, out of different arm slots, pressure in his face, around bodies, doesn't matter. Brock Purdy can get it done.
Period.
And just like Greg Cosell said, it's like, this is what Brock Purdy, this is why I stopped really kind of covering the Brock Purdy topics, or I guess you could say the Brock Purdy debate, because it's very clear that this is going to go on until Brock Purdy retires. And it might even still go on then, because it's very simple. Brock Purdy will never be the type of quarterback that will be compared to Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, and Lamar Jackson. Now, because of that, because he will never be in that Superman tier, he will always be in the Batman tier. This is where we use this reference for a couple years now, where those Superman has all the superpowers, superheroes,
and 2 of those 3 quarterbacks that he just named can't do nothing with Patrick Mahomes. Now, Brock Purdy lost to Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl too, barely in overtime, but he lost. But my thing is, bro, they talk about Josh, bro, these are elite NFL quarterbacks, okay? Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen. Yes, they are elite NFL quarterbacks. But, dude, like, okay, they've won NFL MVPs. In Brock Purdy's first full season as a starting quarterback, he was an MVP finalist. So no, he didn't win it, but being an MVP finalist, being an MVP candidate means that regardless of if you win it or win the actual award or not, that means you had a season, worthy of winning an NFL MVP. You know what I'm saying? So, like, bro, that means he had the type of season that was MVP caliber. Okay? So, and that was the year that we went to the Super Bowl 2 years ago in 2023. Okay? So, like, my thing is, Brock Purdy has played in a Super Bowl. Josh Allen never have. Lamar Jackson never have. So, I mean, what are we talking about here? You know what I'm saying? But I get it. You know what I'm saying? They're perceived to be, you know, this and that, and they deserve to be talked about like they are talked about, because they are great quarterbacks. I'm just saying I don't agree with the downing of Brock Purdy because of what the perception is. Oh, he was drafted. He's Mr. Irrelevant. You know what I'm saying? So they don't want to give him the proper respect that he deserves because of that. And that's all it is. Because like I said, if Brock Purdy was a top 10 pick, first round pick, or number 1 overall pick, the perception of him would be totally different. It's only because of where he was drafted at. So it's like there's this notion or perception that eventually there's a perception that he's not as good as they're trying to say that he is. And all of his success is because of all the weapons around him and all that. But you got a lot of quarterbacks that got a lot of weapons around them that don't do shit. You see what I'm saying? That don't do a damn thing. Had to take the whip off the charger, man. You know what I'm talking about? But yeah. So let me get to a couple more of these little clips real quick, because I'm gonna get up off here.
Same old phone? Nah, this is
yeah, we in football season now, baby. So you know, it was it's the supporting cast for Brock Purdy that's made him look like he, you know, this and that. Like, now we're going to really see, with no Debo and Ayuk hurt and all that, now we're going to really see what he's made of. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me, bro. Why do y'all want to see this man win with bums? Like, my thing be like, you got to have good players on the team around you in order to win, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you guys want media, whoever, the powers that be, you want to criticize Brock Purdy, you know, and you want to hold it against Brock Purdy that his coach and his front office actually do their damn job in creating and formulating a good team. That's what they're supposed to do. That's the job. You know what I'm saying? You ain't supposed to be, oh, yeah, man. We're going to put all bum-ass niggas around this motherfucker, and then we're going to see if he can win like that. No, you want to build the best team possible that you can. You want great teams. You want great players at every position. You know what I'm saying? Why would you not? You know what I'm saying? So, to me, it's idiotic to try to penalize Brock Purdy because the team that he plays for has a front office that actually, you know, is doing their damn job. You feel me? It makes absolutely no sense to me why he would be punished and criticized for that. Let me play this one. Once again, this is Greg Cosell, NFL film guru and genius. Knows what the hell he talking about. He does this for a living. That's all he do is study film. That's all he do, big dog.
People have different strengths. Is Brock Purdy going to do what Josh Allen can do? Is Brock Purdy going to put a team on his back? Does he have a rocket arm? No. Is he the most athletic quarterback in the league? No. Is he that kind of player? No. But he understands intuitively and innately how to play the quarterback position. You guys, I'm sure, have talked ad nauseum going back to last year about why the Niners were 6-11. And it's not just Brock Purdy. In fact, he'd probably be one of the least important reasons.
That's Greg Cosell talking.
Another season. Greg, how you been?
Did you guys miss me?
So much, terribly.
Well, that's good to hear, you know. So I'm back. We'll do this every week.
You're back. What do you do in the off season? Do you still breakdown tape?
Of course. I've probably seen about 90 to 100 guys already who'll be in next year's draft. And then I started going back and watching NFL tape from last year, about 3 weeks ago, because I can do it differently in the off season. You know, I don't have the deadlines that I do during the you know, it's you guys.
Welcome back, Greg.
You know, it's funny. I watched a lot of Brock Purdy. Actually, mostly focused
horror film.
You know,
Niners tape from last year.
You guys.
Welcome back, Greg.
Okay.
You know,
Watch
it's
this.
funny. I watched a lot of Brock
Let's listen
Purdy.
to this.
I because I knew he'd be a big story.
Now, 7 the game. They are local radio out here in the Bay Area. This is one of the big power stations here in the Bay, sports stations in the Bay Area. This one, along with KMBR, are the two main sports stations for that cover, you know, the all the sports teams here in the Bay Area, which is Niners, Warriors, Giants. And so I'm playing a clip from 95.7 the game.
You know, because of the contract situation, I did watch all targets, but that's what I mostly watched from last year. Plus, I rewatched some specific sides of a ball, like I watched. I'm trying to remember now. Let's see. I watched the 49ers offense versus the Seahawks defense from week 11 because they opened the season against the Seahawks. So I also watched them against the Rams.
All right. Get to it, buddy.
Early in the season as well. So, you know, I go back and do those things because then I...
Probably aware he has not performed at all in this training camp. And there is a debate over, or some curiosity in terms of how much this is about a nagging calf injury and how much this... I think this might be more about cash. And so it begs the question, how vital is he to what they do?
You're talking about Jawan Jennings, the
in the league. Like Jennings, to me,
is very important that, I was going to be doing you guys. So, my notes are not about that, but I have a lot of notes on him. And as a route runner, he can work through contact. I don't know what that means when it comes to something you did not see much of on his tape. And, I'm not sure we know the answer to that. But, if you're going to pay a receiver big money, then you expect versatile in terms of formations and motions, a true boundary act.
Up what their wide receiver,
a lot of catches and put up yards. That does.
You have in areas where he needs to be a little bit better to get back to where he was 2 years ago.
It's funny you say that.
Okay, here's Brock Purdy talk again.
During the season, I can't watch, 250 dropbacks in a row of a quarterback. I have to each week watch games, as many as I can. But in the off season, I can watch 250 dropbacks over a 2 or 3 day period. And I got to tell you, I came away thinking that Purdy's really good. Now, I thought there were times he left the pocket too soon, and I thought that was one of the things that at times, he struggled with last year. But overall, to me, as a post-snap operator, in other words, when the ball's snapped and it's in his hands, I think he's an outstanding post-snap operator. He sees the field intuitively. I think he's an elite processor. I think he creates timing and anticipation throws based on his immediate understanding of what he sees, and that allows him to throw with precise timing. I came away after watching everything about him that he's a really good quarterback who truly understands how to play the position at the NFL level.
And you came away with that after watching the 6-11 season.
Yeah, because I'm not, there's a lot of reasons why teams win and lose games, guys. It's just everybody, that. Everybody thinks it's the quarterback or the coach is an idiot. You know how fans think about that stuff.
No, Greg, I kind of asked it that way because I want to hear you say it again so that it can marinate for a lot of our audience and even some of the national media personalities who are using that 6-11 to victory lap that their points about Brock Purdy not being that good were right, even though they are categorically incorrect.
There's a lot of different elements to playing quarterback.
So that part right there in particular is one that I wanted to focus on too, because it goes with the point that I was trying to make earlier, which is that so the guy that was talking, that is Mark Willard, and you heard Greg Cosell basically say that he's speaking very highly of Brock Purdy coming off of a season where the team that he quarterbacked, the team that he was on, finished with a record of 6-11. Okay, so he's basically saying even when the team didn't play up to their standard, he could see even through that Brock Purdy was actually still playing very well. Okay, so much so to where he's willing to speak very highly of him as he is. And so Mark Willard's thing is, he's saying that, yeah, Greg, I want you to emphasize everything that you're saying because some fans and most national media is using that 6-11 season to try to say, see, we were right. Brock Purdy he's a piece of shit. Not that he's a piece of shit, but he's not as good as they're trying to say that he was, and there was the weapons around him and all that. And see, when things kind of, come back to reality for him, then he isn't able to carry the. And Greg Cosell is basically saying, dude, it's a team sport. But obviously the quarterback gets paid the most money most of the time. So, when things don't go right, most fans don't know. They're not well versed in the game enough to know that, you know, football out of all the major out of the four major American sports, between basketball, NBA, Major League Baseball, NFL, and NHL, the NFL is most reliant on the team aspect and it being a team sport. Okay? In all those other sports that I just said, in the NBA, in Major League Baseball, and in the National Hockey League, players play both sides of the ball or the puck or whatever, meaning in all those other, you play offense and defense. So you have more of a realistic outcome on the game. In the NFL, the quarterback don't play defense. So the quarterback can actually do his job, play enough points to win the game, and the defense can fuck it up. But then they'll blame the quarterback just because of the team loss. You see what I'm saying? So you gotta have context. You know what I'm saying? And so to go around championing yourself, you know, as you were right about Brock Purdy because the team went 6-11 and you were just waiting on this downfall to say he's not as good as they are trying to say that he was. And it was, you know, all the success really came from, you know, the weapons that he had around him. Greg Cosell is telling you, you know, that that's not the case. You know what I'm saying? It's a team sport. A lot of things have to go right in order for the team to actually come away with the win. But like I said, media members that want to push narratives and fans that are not as informed and as they think don't know to look at it that way. All they know how to do is to say, well, the team lost, so the quarterback must suck and the head coach must suck. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to point that out.
Okay, some guys play quarterback, you know, like I can tell you right now here, I'll tell you this. I'm not going to tell you who told me, but a defensive coordinator in the league told me this, who's very highly respected. And he said, you know, Patrick Mahomes is not a very good progression reader. Now, okay, that's a coordinator that's played against him. So people.
So yeah, you know, I just wanted to speak about that this evening, and give my take on the Micah Parsons situation, the Brock Purdy situation. Those are the two things. Those are the two topics, NFL topics, that I kind of had on my mind over the past day or two, that I wanted to speak about in reference to the NFL. But it's going to be much more coming up here pretty soon as the NFL season starts. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, with the NBA, it's so much drama all the time and so many drama queens that the NBA gives me a little bit more content to talk about, even when the season ain't going on, as far as the spiciness of it. With the NFL, it's more about the it's more about the actual games being played. So until the games, you know, until the season actually starts, you know, it ain't a whole bunch of sensationalizing, you know, drama-filled type topics to talk about like how it is in the NBA. And so, like I said earlier, it's the reason why I maybe only been doing like 1, maybe 2 episodes a week versus during the NBA playoffs. I was on this motherfucker 3, 4, 5 times a week. You feel me? But it's all good. We finna be turned back up. You know what I'm saying? Because the season is getting ready to start in a week and a half, 2 weeks or whatever. So, but I just want to, you know, I'm just trying to gear myself towards, you know, football topics now that the NFL season is getting ready to be here. You know what I'm saying? Or is here and is getting ready to start in a couple weeks. And then right after that, bam, like a month after the season, NFL season start, the NBA will be back. You know what I mean? And so the best time in sports is, for me, and for most sports fans, fall and winter. Fall and winter is the best. It's the best time for sports. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna have endless things to talk about starting in 2 to 3 weeks and going on all the way up until this next summer. So y'all gonna see me much more with Snax on Sports. But yeah, I just want to speak on them 2 things tonight. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'll be back with another one though. Snax on Sports. I'm gone. Shout out to everybody that tapped in.